You're still on World News. The United Nations mission in South Sudan have evacuated injured civilians and non-essential stuff from its compound in the city of Bor. They were flown to the capital Juba, which was mostly peaceful 1 week after violent clashes between military factions. Footage showed huge crowds, as at least 15,000 people were estimated to shelter inside. Meanwhile, fighting continues as the central government tries to assert authority in the states of Jonglei and Unity. Thousands of civilians sought refuge at the UN compound in the capital of Unity, Bentiu, in an attempt to shelter from the violence that has peaked in the state. A jailed member of the Russian punk band Pussy Riot, who was found guilty of hooliganism, has been released from prison Monday, only hours before her bandmate Nadezhda Tolokonikova was released from a Siberian prison. Maria Alekina was released from the prison colony outside the Volga River city of Nizhny Novgorod Monday morning. Alekina was found guilty after her band performed and criticized President Vladimir Putin's government. Meanwhile, in Germany, pardoned one-time Russian oil tycoon Mikhail Khodorkovsky held a news conference in Berlin where he vowed to help the release of other political prisoners. The amnesty was seen as an effort to ease international criticism of Russia's human rights record. Earlier in December, Vatican's new Pope Francis was named as the Person of the Year by Time magazine, which turned around the way the Catholic Church is seen. But his promise of Vatican reform awaits next year, and key problems remain still.
Latin America's first pontiff has only held the post for 9 months, yet is already Time magazine's Person of the Year, and he's accumulated 10 million followers on Twitter. Greeted by adoring crowds wherever he goes, the former Archbishop of Buenos Aires is seen as a pope of genuine empathy, in touch with the common man. Only a few days into the job, he was washing the feet of inmates in a Rome prison, before consoling survivors of the Lampedusa migrant boat tragedy.
Il vero potere è il servizio.
True power lies in service, and a pope must carry out work that is humble, concrete, especially for the poorest, the weakest and the youngest.
While his public image is that of a kindly parish priest, some Vatican insiders suggest he can be authoritarian behind the scenes. But after years of turbulence, Francis has brought a down-to-earth style to the papacy and has shown a willingness to tackle issues like the Vatican's secretive finances.
He set up different commissions. One to look into the Vatican Bank, suspected of money laundering, a commission looking more widely at Vatican finances, one to increase financial control, and not long ago, a commission for the protection of child victims of sexual abuse.
Pope Francis, in spite of his disarming style, remains a moral conservative and is certain to stick to doctrine on issues like abortion and contraception. His apparent tolerance of homosexuality is also unlikely to bring about a change in the Church's stance. Analysts warn that with so much expectation built up in so little time, there may be some disappointment to follow.
The first full day of winter brought a wild mix of weather across the United States. Ice and high wind hit the upper Midwest and upper New England states, while flooding hit the South. Snow and ice knocked out power to 440,000 homes and businesses in Michigan, upstate New York, and northern New England. The icy weather is expected to make roads hazardous during one of the busiest travel times of the year. Temperatures are expected to return to normal later today, dropping back into up to 4 degrees Celsius. In LaRue, Ohio, floodwaters forced dozens of people to flee from their homes. Firefighters had to evacuate retirement home residents using rafts, as at least 9 deaths were blamed on the storm. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro said he met with former Cuban leader Fidel Castro in Havana as the two men talked at length about their late friend Hugo Chavez. The statement was published during the weekend on Maduro's personal Twitter account. He also celebrated the anniversary of the regional bloc ALBA, founded by Chavez 9 years ago. Elsewhere in the capital, President Raul Castro issued a strong warning to entrepreneurs for pushing the boundaries of Cuba's economic reform. Castro told the parliament on Saturday the pressure on the government were moving them towards failure. Coming up in World News. A laughter yoga group presents a unique way of celebrating Christmas. And Beyoncé brought many surprises for her fans in the U.S.
On them tables, ain't got no cares, no sorrows. I ran into my ex.